Hey, this is Roland from PMI JCM Realty Group, where we manage properties from an asset management perspective. Today, what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about, let me get this thing right over here. So, one of the things that happens with property management or even landlords and just rental property managers, rental property owners as a whole, we don't see the forest from the trees. We make little mistakes that can impact our ability to get a good return on our investment. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple of these mistakes that are typically made, how to avoid them so that you don't get impacted and you do continue to grow your revenue and get a better return on your investment, right? So stop making these rental property investment mistakes and see a better ROI immediately was the topic. So I think one of the mistakes that most rental property owners make is they think every property is a moneymaker, and they fall in love with the property. I had an investor that I was talking to the other day, and he was talking about he was trying to buy an investment property, and the real estate agent told him someone put a better offer in, so he needed to up his offer. And I was like, that's not the way you play the property management or the rental property business. I don't get into bidding wars. If someone has paid asking price and is above what I know that I need to pay to get a good return on my investment, I said, let them have it. I don't fall in love with any property, and I find deals every day. And you're always going to find another deal. There's always a better property out there. So don't ever fall in love with a property that you overpay for it, right? There's not that many deals out there that's worth it, right? Maybe if it's an Empire State Building, maybe. But outside of that, no. Not every property is a moneymaker. Understand that and don't fall in love with any deal, and don't overpay for these properties either. That's the second tip. Nothing is worth overpaying for it because you make your money when you buy. You get paid when you sell. So if you don't buy right and you don't buy the property at the right amount, you're going to lose money. So keep that in mind. Don't overpay for anything ever, particularly buying your property. Now, this also applies to maintenance as well. There's some things that are just cost, what they cost, and you can't do anything about it. But you should always look for ways to get a better price, but you get what you pay for. So you don't want to pay, the cheapest price possible just to have to come do the work again, right? You don't want a duplication of effort. You don't want to have to do the work twice, right? Because that's a waste of money. But make sure you're getting everything that you need to for the right price, and make sure you have that budgeted in your property and when you do your review on your property. Underestimate operational expenses. I think that's one of the things that property owners do the most, right? They underestimate the cost of maintaining a property over time, right? And so they don't build in the capital expenses, the roof repair, the sink or the plumbing or hot water heater. They don't pay attention to that, and they get these exorbitant bills, and they think just because they're getting rent paid that they're making money when they're not, right? Because they're losing money since they didn't prepare and do that proper planning. You need to make sure that you understand the cost of maintaining your house over time. Make sure that you build that into your rent. Make sure that you can get a return on your investment after you pay that, right? Far too many real estate investors underestimate their operational expenses, and you need to stop doing that if they're going to make a good return on their investment. Next, cutting corners on your research. Do your homework. They got great resources out there online, give you all the information you need about a property. Just because someone thinks their property is worth 40% above market value doesn't mean that's what you should pay for it. Understand what your market is. Understand your exit strategy, because once you understand your exit strategy, then you're going to know what research you need to do to get the numbers to get a good return on your investment. So that's the first thing you do. Don't cut any corners in your research, and understand your exit strategy first. And I think the biggest mistake that most property owners make, landlords, is they try to manage everything on their own, right? They think they're going to save money, the 10 to 20% because they're doing it on their own. And there are far too many examples where property owners, drop the ball because they try to do it on their own. Build in the property management costs when you buy your property so that you can outsource that headache and you don't have to deal with it yourself. Robert Kiyosaki says property management is the hardest part of owning a rental. And that's the very truth, right? You got to find tenants, you have to deal with maintenance and a whole host of other things. Don't have to deal with all those components. Outsource that piece, pay your 10 to 20%, and have that property manager increase your revenue over time. Leverage their knowledge and their understanding of the market to get a better return on your investment. If you need help avoiding these rental investment mistakes, contact PMI JCM Realty Group because we are here to help. We continuously seek and explore ways in the Tampa metro area for you to get a better return on your investment. If this topic is something that draws your attention, you should join our free webinar where we talk about how to manage your rental property, how to manage your rental property portfolio for maximum growth. In that webinar, we're going to talk about not just this, but how to guarantee your rent even if the tenant doesn't pay. And don't forget too, you can always find answers on our Facebook group. We have a group of investors that are on our Facebook group, and they can help you with a lot of the questions that you have about managing your property and getting a better return on your investment. And if you need unique advice, please contact me. I'm here to help. You can reach me directly at rcharles@pmijcmrealty.com. You can also reach me by going to my website at pmijcmrealty.com. And you can call me at 813-333-9617. Thank you and have a great day.